Hey!
Here's a bit of history about the loose cannon. In its prime, the loose cannon had even more ground control than the sticky bomb launcher. This thing was perfect for spamming at jokes and groups of enemies like a spammy little scorch shot pyro. But then the gunmetal update dropped and got nerfed. I still think this thing is good, but people say otherwise.
Oh no, I can't spam in choke points anymore. It sucks now. Well, back to using the lock and load.
This weapon does leave a hole that the stock launcher somewhat covers. Close range. The cannonballs work like pseudo-stickies, so just like stickies, they're most effective at mid-range. Which means that you get bomb rushed even easier by scouts.
You fat bastard! You suck!
Your own cannonballs can bounce back and fucking hit you.
Oh, fuck!
It makes fighting 1v1s at close range way harder. Prime your shots to get a double dunk.
I don't usually kill morons this fuck.
You also have the shortest range out of any primary, so taking down snipers and sentries are even harder. You have to perfectly time your shots to hit buildings with all the hits for the same amount of damage as stock.
This is fucked!
And your projectiles are slower than stock, despite what the stats say.
Thanks, and have fun.
What the fuck? How? We did it! Pandas! Yes! I'm really hero.
The amount of dopamine you get when landing one of these is insane. You can basically delete any line class with a double dunk.
This sucks!
So the knockback of this thing basically makes you choose who you want to fight. If you don't want to deal with that annoying heavy, you can just bop it away. You can knock Demonites out of their charge. You can also intervene with Uber pushes.
What the fuck?
Basically invalidating the push building.
Oh, God.
If you aim at your enemy's feet, you can pop them up and finish them off that way. With the inconsistencies, you can also throw off pyro.
Stop! Fuck!
Reflected cannonballs don't do melee crit damage. They should patch it, but
Have
they have
fun.
priorities. Out of any primary, the loose cannon is the best at blast jumping. You can overload your cannon to do a blast jump that covers around the same distance as a sticky jump. But you do take a metric shit ton of self-damage. This also has some very niche tech. For more info about cannon jumping, check out the Flying Demonite or Pale Rider. Those dudes are insane, even though they don't play anymore. But with this mobility option, you can also pair it with... Mobility-wise, the loose cannon benefits the most from shields. I recommend using a tight turner since the other shields can give you resistances for your cannon jumps, with the added benefit of being able to trim. Both mobility options are great to catch people off guard.
What? This is a wrecked glass. Am.
You can go pretty far with this.
What? What dumb son of a...
You remember that thing I said about that the loose cannon isn't good at close range? Well, this is the most effective way to combat it. You can make quick work out of players with your mobility options.
Got to you, bomb-lobbing wanker! Ready? Go! Fire! Screaming eagles! Crikey! You will not turn my battlefield into a campground!
You can close the gap between you and snipers.
Spell it out. You're a poopy head.
You can give people the old bait and switch.
This meat weak! Don't you ever cross...
I'd recommend using stock or the Claymore. But I tend to use the Persian Persuader because I'm into masochism and I want to pick up every ammo back in sight. But it's usually up to personal preference. I don't recommend using the Toichi, Pain Train, or Caber though. In conclusion, the loose cannon is a side grade which you sacrifice reliable damage and close range to mid-range combat with crowd control and mobility. It has a higher skill cap, but it can be just as deadly as a grenade launcher. It's really satisfying, and it's best paired with a shield. So overall, I think the loose cannon is underrated. And on that note, you're free to go. On a serious note, thank you for sitting through the shit show. This took me quite a while and I'm working on getting better mic quality. I'll try to upload videos like these monthly, and I'll try to focus on other games that I enjoy playing. I poured my blood, sweat, cum, piss, all my bodily fluids into this, and I hope you enjoyed. Now on that note...
Have a rotten day!